It's going to be another heartbreaking loss at Glendale for the Eagles. The Super Bowl window for Donovan McNabb and Andy Reid all but ended at the city of Glendale in the 2009 NFC Championship game. The Cardinals won the game 32-25. The Chiefs are going to be 3-2 in the Super Bowl in Andy Reid's next playoff game at Glendale. Andy Reid ended his Super Bowl championship in Philadelphia. Andy Reid is going to avenge this game in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. For the Eagles, it's going to be another heartbreaking loss at Glendale. This loss ended the window of Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb, and they're going to lose the championship game in the Super Bowl to the Arizona Cardinals. The Eagles, their record that season was 11-7-1 with the loss. Andy Reid enters the Super Bowl with an 11-7 postseason record. The Cardinals, when they won that game, had a 12-7 record for the season. When Andy Reid makes it to his next playoff game at Glendale, he's going to be 12-7 in the postseason for his career. The Eagles faced off against the Cardinals on October the 9th, and the amount of time from October the 9th to the Super Bowl is 127 days, end day included. When the Eagles make it back to Glendale, Andy Reid is going to have a 12-7 postseason record. That was the record of the Cardinals when they beat the Chiefs that game. There was a total of 57 combined points this game. Andy Reid makes it back to a playoff game at Glendale in Super Bowl 57. That's the meaning of 57 combined points in this game. Tim Hightower scored the winning touchdown 8 yards away from the end zone. It is Hightower that is gematria of Patrick Mahomes, improving to 11-3 in the postseason for his next title since at Miami Gardens. Miami Gardens is gematria 113. It is also Los Angeles, California that has gematria 113. The last Super Bowl held over there, clear as day. Chiefs could be 3-2 in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was played on February the 12th of 2023, which is a 7-year, is a 12-3-day numerology. The Chiefs win their third Super Bowl. The Eagles lose their third Super Bowl. It is Andy Reid that wins 1 out of 2 playoff games at Glendale. It's the Eagles. They're going to win 1 out of 2 games at Glendale this year, going from +3 to +2, 3-2, 32, +3 to +2 at the loss. The Cardinals led 24-6 against the Eagles in that NFC Championship game. Andy Reid's first game with the Eagles, he faced off against the Cardinals. Eagles blew a 24-6 lead. The Cardinals almost blew a 24-6 lead in the NFC Championship game. It shows how that game was scripted back in 2009. The greatest game I've ever went to. I went to the NFC Championship game. My uncle flew out from New Jersey. He saw the game. We beat the Eagles. We saw the flea flicker, the Warner touchdown by Fitzgerald. We saw the fourth down call right to Tim Hightower. We saw the go-ahead drive. We were on the second deck. That stadium was nothing but white towels. It was incredibly loud. The roof was closed. Oh my God, it was amazing. The fumble scoop, Aaron Francisco, Adrian Wilson coming in for the fumble. It's wow. It's super amazing. I think Francisco fumbled and the Eagles got the ball right back. It was super amazing game. It was wow. Kurt Warner, number 13. Eagles fall to 1-3 in the Super Bowl, losing at Glendale again since falling to number 13. Kurt Warner, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs scored 44 points. Cardinals scored 21. 44 is gematria champions. It's champion that's gematria 44. It's title that's gematria 21. There are 65 combined points in that game. They're facing Philadelphia at Glendale. Philadelphia 65. It's Florida where they last won the Super Bowl. It's Florida that's gematria 65. Okay, so it is Patrick Mahomes in his career, 2 for 2 against Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles is gematria of 22. It'd be his 19th win against the NFC in his career. 19-2. He'll be 5-0 against the NFC East. Kansas City is gematria of 50. It's Kansas City that's gematria 32. It's Chiefs that's gematria 32. Chiefs are 3-2 in the Super Bowl. The Eagles, when they lost that game, the Cardinals scored 32 points. Clear as day what's going to happen here in the Eagles' next playoff game at Glendale. They're going to lose again. Patrick Mahomes, in his career in the postseason, 32 touchdowns. I like him to score 5 touchdowns in the game with 1 interception. Phil H-Tomacha, 37. It is Kansas City Chiefs in abbreviations. That is Gematria, 37. 5 touchdowns in a pick. MVP, Gematria, 51. It is the Cardinals. That's Gematria, 51. It's the prior 2 champions were Tampa and the Rams. Tampa and Rams have Gematria of 51. The Chiefs won that game. 24 differential. It's going to be plus 25. The Eagles scored 25 points in that NFC Championship game against the Cardinals. It's Reid-CHIEFS, that's Gematria of 25. So the 12-7 record for the Cardinals, the under 27-day time duration after the Eagles played at Glendale earlier. Andy Reid improving to 12-7 in the postseason. It's all wrapped for the script. The Chiefs, 22 weeks they play in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Eagles is 22. Their last championship on 2-2, February the 2nd. So Patrick Mahomes in company, they're gonna have a really big game. First touchdown score to be the 50th points of the game. They ended a Super Bowl drought 50 years later. Kansas City Chiefs go up 6-0, 7-0 for Patrick Mahomes' 33rd touchdown pass of his postseason career. Glendale, Gematria, 60-33. So again, connecting with the Chiefs 3-2 in the Super Bowl. The Cardinals 32 points when Reid lost that NFC Championship game at Arizona. Reid is going to avenge it. It's going to be a heartbreak for the Eagles again. That ended the era of Donovan McNabb. Reid-McNabb era also has Gematria of Miami Gardens and Hightower and all of that. So Eagles in away from home are going to finish 7-2 away from home. Glendale, Arizona's Gematria 72 once again, 7 wins in 9 games away from Lincoln Financial. The Kansas City Chiefs is Gematria 79. The game's going to be played on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Lincoln is Gematria 79. 7 wins in 9 games. Should be very clear to see what's going to happen here in the scripted Super Bowl. For the Chiefs, they would improve to 8-2 away from home. Philly is Gematria of 82. Is also Warner that has Gematria of 79. So, for the Philadelphia Eagles, 7 wins in 9 games. Next loss in the playoffs at Glendale since Kurt Warner. Since Kurt Warner won that scripted game. That was Kurt Warner's 21st completion. It was his 28th attempt of the game. The AFC is going to win for the 28th time. The Eagles won the last Super Bowl with 28 points in that game. 52 points, 28-24. Eagles last Super Bowl championship, Super Bowl 52. Again, with the under 27 sequences that you saw in Minneapolis is 52, 127. 13 the delegates from the 13 colonies met over at Philadelphia. So 5 months in a day from September 11th to February the 12th. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception for 10 touchdowns and 1 interception. When he wins the Super Bowl, it's going to be a blowout for the Chiefs. Philadelphia is 101. Hassan's Gematria 22. Andy Reid, his 22nd playoff win is going to occur against Hassan Reddick. Eagles 22. So that is his playoff record for his career. Now, We've never answered the question for his playoff record. Okay, 11-7 with Kansas City, 12-7 with the Kansas City Chiefs. His 38th playoff game against the Eagles. Minnesota, where the Eagles last played in the Super Bowl, is Gematria 38, the Eagles' last Super Bowl appearance. Now, Andy Reid, what's the significance of his 38th playoff game? It has to do with the third down play that put the Cardinals up against the Eagles for good. So right there, it was 3rd and 8, 3rd and goal, 72 yards, 7-2 away from home. The Eagles. Opponents 2-7 against the Eagles when they play away from Philadelphia. Miami is 27. Miami is also the Gematria, the last AFC winner to win at Glendale, which is New England, which has Gematria 45. Also, Tom Brady, last quarterback to win at Glendale. Mahomes wins 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. He's first regular season MVP, win the Super Bowl 23 years later. Brady is Gematria Chiefs. It's a pretty big lock. The Eagles have zero chance. And if anyone hates Philadelphia fans, then it's gonna be a great week for you. If you hate the Chiefs, it's gonna be a bad week for you. So either Philly fans or Mahomes and his girlfriend, whatever. That's the storylines that we're dealing with for this week. So, okay, Andy Reid. What playoff game was that for him? So 3-2. That's 4-3. That's 5-4. That's 7-5. That's 8-6. Andy Reid, he was 10-7 after that game. It looks like it's 10-7 postseason record. So 10-7, he's lost 9 games since then. 10-7. That's another reason why the 12-day numerology is significant. It'd be Andy Reid's 12th playoff win, obviously, since he lost the NFC Championship over there. Andy Reid 12-9 since that game at Glendale in the playoffs. Interesting if I call the Cowboys next year. Mike McCarthy is Gematria of 129. It's all about Coach Reid. Coach Andy Reid is Gematria Philadelphia 65. Gematria in the 65 combined points. It's Andy Reid itself. That's rather Coach Reid is Gematria of City of Glendale. In case if you're curious, Coach Reid in the City of Glendale. So the times duration from the Chiefs opener is interesting, and their point differential there at Glendale. Patrick Mahomes, those 3 touchdowns and a pick. Then at the City of Glendale, he has 3 touchdowns and a pick. But I'll go with Mahomes to take the ultimate glory in the grandest of fashions. So what loss was that for Andy Reid in his career? So 11, 16, 17, 22, 23, 28, 33, 37 against New England, 47, 53, that's 54, that's 62, that's 68. He lost his 69th game, it looks like, against the Arizona Cardinals, last Super Bowl MVP. To win Super Bowl MVP in the regular season occurred at Atlanta. Atlanta's Gematria 69. So that's the significance of Atlanta right here. Now, it's also Seattle that's Gematria of 82. So Seattle's Gematria of 82. Last team to lose Super Bowl, Philly Gematria of 82. So we're talking about, again, the Chiefs' record away from home. So Russell Wilson obviously choked in that Super Bowl here against the New England Patriots. So let me go to ESPN. Um, Box score for that Super Bowl. That game was played on the 33rd day of the year. It's Patrick, that's Gematria 33. It'll play to Marshawn Lynch. A scripted interception that ended the game. The Seahawks then had a fight with the Patriots at the end of the game. It was completely embarrassing. Okay. How many wins since that game against the Cardinals? So 11, 21, that's 29, that's 33 wins and his Eagles career since losing to Glendale uh, to end that championship window. 33 wins. So Andy Reid, that's going to be his 129th win as with the Chiefs. So that'd be 162. And the Eagles in the Cardinals, let's see. See a numerology of that game. Let's go to 2008 Cardinals. So that's January the 18th. So that is 18 is 9, and that's 11. That's 20. That's a 21 3 life path numerology. That's another 3 day that Andy Reid was involved over at the city of Glendale. That is over 14 years later that the Eagles had won one Super Bowl in 4 appearances. Just saying. Just saying. So that lost to the Arizona Cardinals in 2008. So 5, 6, 13, 21, that's 33, that's 39, 45, 54, 63. They had 66 losses since that NFC Championship game before they won the Super Bowl. It's title, that's Gematria 66. 74, it's 81, 82, 93, 101, 102, 105. It's Glendale, Arizona, or rather, city of Glendale. That's has Gematria 105. So city of Glendale, Arizona by itself is 105. ever since the Super Bowl win for the Eagles. It's going to be their 40th loss to Patrick Mahomes. 25th loss of the Eagles all time. That's another connection to their 25 points in that 57-point NFC Championship against the Cardinals. So, Cardinals, Eagles, 2021, ESPN. Maybe it was 2020, Ray Fitzgerald's last year. Their last loss over there. Cardinals scored 33 points that game. Gematria Patrick, 4-3 at home. The Cardinals after a win. The Super Bowl's on the 43rd day of the year. Jalen Hurts is only going to win. Is going to be 1-2 over at the city of Glendale. That's the meaning of the 12-day numerology once again. So this game was December the 20th of 2020. It's Andy Reid time. 112 weeks later, Glendale, 112th Meridian. They're back in this game. 26 months later. Okay, so the Eagles were 4-9. How many losses since that time? Will they lose again at Glendale? Let's check it out. So that's 2 losses. They were 4-9, 2 losses, 10, 11, 14, 15th loss since then at Glendale. Jalen Gematria 15, MVP Patrick Mahomes. Tampa was the last winner 2 years ago. Then you had the Rams from last year. Also LA is 13. It's another heartbreaking loss for the Eagles at the city of Glendale. So let's see the record ever since that loss for the Eagles in the postseason. Oh and 3, 3-3, Gematria of Glendale. Their next Super Bowl appearance. 4-4, 4-5, 4-6, 5-6, 6-6. It's gonna be 6-7. After Andy Reid and the Chiefs win.